Alright, buckle up, astrology enthusiasts, because today we're diving deep into one of the most electrifying, yet potentially volatile, aspects in relationship astrology, Venus square Mars. This aspect is like a cosmic dance of attraction and friction, a magnetic pull that can feel both irresistible and incredibly challenging. Have you ever been drawn to someone like a moth to a flame, only to find that the flame sometimes burns? That's Venus square Mars in a nutshell. So, what exactly makes this aspect so potent, and how can you navigate its complexities in your own relationships? Let's unravel the mysteries. At its core, Venus square Mars represents a fundamental tension between two very different energies. Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and harmony, craves connection, affection, and shared values. It's about what we find aesthetically pleasing, how we relate to others, and what brings us joy. Mars, on the other hand, is the planet of desire, action, and drive. It's about our assertiveness, our passions, and how we pursue what we want. Now, a square aspect in astrology signifies friction, challenge, and conflict. When Venus and Mars are square, these energies clash, creating a dynamic where love and desire can feel both intensely intertwined and frustratingly at odds. You're probably thinking, okay, so it's complicated. But what does that actually look like in a relationship? Well, imagine a couple where one person, the Venus person, values romantic gestures, thoughtful gifts, and deep emotional connection. They thrive on quality time and expressions of affection. The other person, the Mars person, shows their love through acts of service, passionate encounters, and a more direct, sometimes even aggressive, approach. The Venus person might feel overwhelmed by the Mars person's intensity, while the Mars person might feel that the Venus person is withholding or not reciprocating their advances. For example, let's say Sarah, Venus, and Mark, Mars, are dating. Sarah appreciates romantic dinners and heartfelt conversations, while Mark prefers spontaneous adventures and physical intimacy. Sarah might perceive Mark's attempts at intimacy as too forward or lacking emotional depth, while Mark may see Sarah's desire for romance as overly sentimental or a barrier to his own expression of desire. This leads to misunderstandings and hurt feelings on both sides. Another manifestation of Venus square Mars can be conflicting styles of intimacy. The Venus person might crave tenderness and emotional vulnerability, while the Mars person might prioritize physical passion and excitement. This can lead to disagreements about frequency, style, and the overall emotional tone of their intimate encounters. Think about it, a Venus in Cancer might need to feel safe and nurtured to enjoy intimacy, while a Mars in Aries might want raw passion and immediate gratification. These are two very different needs that can easily clash. A common misconception is that Venus square Mars always leads to explosive arguments. While disagreements are certainly possible, the tension can also manifest in more subtle ways, such as passive-aggressive behavior, withdrawal, or a general sense of unease within the relationship. Now here's where it gets interesting. This aspect is often associated with a potent sexual connection. The intense attraction can be undeniable, creating a magnetic pull that keeps the couple coming back for more, even amidst the challenges. This is because the square fuels the energy, creating a heightened sense of excitement and anticipation. The Venus person might be drawn to the Mars person's assertiveness and confidence, while the Mars person is captivated by the Venus person's beauty and charm. However, this initial spark can eventually fade or transform into friction if the underlying tensions are not addressed. The Venus person might start to feel overwhelmed by the Mars person's constant pursuit, while the Mars person might feel frustrated by the Venus person's perceived resistance. This is why understanding the dynamics at play is so crucial. Let's take another example. Imagine a couple, David and Emily, where David's Venus is square Emily's Mars. David initially found Emily's confidence and directness incredibly attractive. He was used to more reserved women and was drawn to her unapologetic self-assurance. However, over time, he started to feel like she was always pushing him to do things her way and that his own needs were not being considered. Emily, on the other hand, was initially attracted to David's kindness and sensitivity. She felt like he was a breath of fresh air compared to the more aggressive men she had dated in the past. But as time went on, she started to feel like he was too passive and indecisive, and she longed for him to take more initiative. These feelings of being overwhelmed and frustrated are common manifestations of Venus square Mars. Traditional interpretations of this aspect often focus on gender roles, with the Venus person typically being female and the Mars person being male. However, it's important to remember that these are just archetypes, and anyone can embody either energy regardless of their gender identity. The key is understanding the interplay of receptive and assertive energies within the relationship, regardless of who embodies which role. Ever wonder why some couples with this aspect seem to thrive while others struggle? The answer often lies in how they navigate the tension and learn to integrate the opposing forces within themselves and within the relationship. Stick around. At 7:30 I'll reveal a surprisingly simple technique you can use, right now, to ease the tension caused by Venus square Mars. Over time, the initial spark of attraction can either evolve into a deeper understanding and appreciation of each other's differences, or it can devolve into resentment and conflict. The progressed charts of each individual, as well as transits to their natal charts, can reveal how these positions shift over time and how they impact the relationship. For example, a transit of Saturn to the square can bring a sense of seriousness and responsibility, forcing the couple to confront the underlying issues. Conversely, a transit of Jupiter can bring a temporary reprieve, offering opportunities for growth and expansion. The sign combinations of Venus and Mars also play a significant role in how the square manifests. A Venus in Libra square Mars in Capricorn, for example, might struggle with balancing diplomacy and ambition, while a Venus in Scorpio square Mars in Leo might experience intense jealousy and power struggles. The house placement of Venus and Mars indicates the areas of life where the tension is most evident. If Venus is in the 4th house of home and family and Mars is in the 7th house of partnerships, the couple might experience conflict related to domestic responsibilities and relationship dynamics. The orb of influence, or the degree of separation between Venus and Mars, also affects the intensity of the square. The closer the aspect, the more intense the attraction and the more pronounced the challenges. Harmonious aspects to Venus and Mars, such as trines or sextiles, can buffer the tension and create a greater sense of understanding and compatibility. An applying square, where the planets are moving closer to forming the aspect, often feels more intense and urgent than a separating square, where the planets are moving away from the aspect, indicating that lessons have been learned. Now, imbalances in the relationship often stem from communication issues, unmet needs, and power struggles. The Venus person might feel unheard or unappreciated, while the Mars person might feel controlled or stifled. These imbalances require conscious effort and adaptation on both sides. You're probably thinking, okay, this sounds like a lot of work. Is it even worth it? Well, the potential for passion, growth, and a deeper understanding of yourself and your partner is definitely there. It just requires a willingness to address the challenges head-on. So, what are some strategies for navigating Venus square Mars? Open communication is key. Both partners need to be able to express their needs and desires honestly and respectfully. Healthy boundaries are also essential. The Venus person needs to be able to assert their own needs and limits, while the Mars person needs to learn to respect those boundaries. Understanding each other's attachment styles can also be incredibly helpful. Securely attached individuals are better able to navigate conflict and maintain a healthy balance of intimacy and autonomy, while anxiously attached individuals might need reassurance and validation, and avoidantly attached individuals might need space and independence. Creative outlets can also provide a healthy way to channel the tension. Activities like art, music, dance, or shared hobbies can allow the couple to express their emotions and connect on a deeper level. The tension inherent in Venus square Mars often reflects an inner conflict between receptivity and assertiveness within each individual. Learning to integrate these opposing forces is crucial for achieving balanced and authentic self-expression. Conscious awareness of triggers and defense mechanisms is also key. Recognizing when you are reacting from a place of fear or insecurity can help you to respond more thoughtfully and constructively. Forgiveness, compassion, and acceptance are vital for moving past disagreements and building a stronger foundation of love and understanding. In conclusion, Venus square Mars represents a potent mix of passion and discord. While it can be challenging, it also offers the potential for intense attraction, personal growth, and a deeper understanding of yourself and your partner. Remember, understanding is crucial. So, if you found this video helpful, and you're looking for more insights into the fascinating world of astrological relationships, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I release new videos every week, packed with practical advice and insightful analysis to help you navigate the complexities of love and connection. I specifically tailor content for those on a self-discovery journey using astrology as a compass. If that sounds like you, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload.